So it's a beautiful morning. I'm going to go do some more flying, and I'm going to bring my Insta360 cam with me again. Now, that's actually what I'm recording on right now. I'm using the Insta360 cam, and I'm going to show you some video from 4 different drones that I put it on, and they're 4 very different drones. I put it on my Mavic Air 2, I put it on my Mavic Mini, I put it on a 5-inch race quad that I built using the DJI Digital FPV system, and I put it on a tiny toothpick drone, and I actually put it on the drone in 4 different ways, right? So I took this carbon fiber arm, and you can see here it's still on my FPV quad. This is the 5-inch. So what I did is I took some carbon fiber drone arms, put them together, and I mounted it on the back of this drone, right? With the Mavic Air 2, I mounted it in the front. With the Mavic Mini, I mounted it on the side for a profile shot, and then with the Emax Tinyhawk, I mounted it like you would a traditional FPV camera, and you get 4 really different and unique points of view. So we'll take a look at that. Now, this stabilization on this thing is awesome. I was actually even able to turn it upside down. You'll see that here, and it totally stabilizes it. It's pretty awesome. Now, I love this camera because it's so versatile. You can do so many different things with it, and I'm gonna, like I said, show you those 4 different flights. One thing they say is it's not totally waterproof, but it can handle up to 5 meters of water. Pretty sure that's not 5 meters of water. I'm also pretty sure that it's cold. Well, it's cold, and looks like I'm still recording, so it's not so bad. Seems like it can handle a dip. All right, let's get to those videos. All right, we're starting with the Insta360 in front of the Mavic Air 2. Now, mounting this thing was a bit of a challenge, but you can see going back and forth here in sport mode how that gimbal is really working. Now I'm gonna take it up in the air and do some flying. And it's really a neat perspective, putting the camera in front of the drone like this. I really like it, but keep in mind, anytime you're adding hardware to your drone that didn't come with it, you're taking a risk. This was one of the most nerve-wracking flights I had. It just was not, obviously, if you hated and like it, it normally did. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're gonna put this camera on your drone, you're taking a risk if you're covering up sensors and things like that. But yeah, it is a neat perspective. All right, I'll let you watch, and then we'll look at some of the other videos. Now we're going to take a look at the Insta360 on the back of an FPV Freestyle quad. Now this is an awesome racer freestyle machine that I built, iFlight frame, Good Venture drone motors. This thing's a beast, and I honestly did not feel any real difference carrying this tiny little camera. These things just have so much power that it wasn't really affected, unlike the Mavics that I was flying. I really like the way that this looks as it kind of stabilizes the background image, but the drone kind of rotates freely. As you see, I do flips and rolls. Now, rolls just kind of rolls right around, but flips sometimes don't quite get translated nearly as smoothly. But either way, I think this is a really awesome, unique view. Now here I have it mounted on the side of my Mavic Mini, and this one will be the shortest flight because, you know, this was not designed to do this, right? This was really sketchy. Now, I do think this profile view is pretty darn cool, and you know, it's something that you just don't see coming out of a drone flying in the air. So if you're looking for a unique way to capture some profile footage of your drone, this is it. But keep in mind, you're covering up sensors and you're adding hardware to these drones. They don't like it, and it's definitely a risk, but super cool. All right, so here it is on the Tinyhawk Freestyle. Now, the Tinyhawk Freestyle is a little drone. It's probably 55 grams, but it can handle this tiny little camera. And this is more of a traditional FPV view that you'd get from a drone, a race drone perhaps. And it does a nice job of stabilizing the footage. It makes me look like I'm a pretty solid FPV pilot, actually. I like this camera. You know, the nice thing about it is you can put it on a tiny drone like this. Now you will notice some, in the lower left-hand corner, some artifacting. That's both probably a little bit of the strap and a little bit of the limitations of the camera as it does some stabilization. So yeah, this is more of a traditional FPV race or freestyle view, but it does a nice job of stabilizing it, and you can put this tiny little camera that you couldn't put on drones like the Freestyle. So definite bonus.